Hello, Natasha Beyersdorf with an NBN News update. A sickening video surfaces online of two New South Wales health workers allegedly bragging about killing Israeli patients. Tonight, the fallout. Football star Sam Kerr found not guilty of racial harassment following a 7-day trial in London. The federal government prepared to extend embattled regional airline Rex a lifeline if they can't find a buyer for the carrier. Some relief for Aussies with student loan debts. Treasurer Jim Chalmers pushing for changes to how HECS is treated when applying for mortgages. And two-time Olympic medalist Melissa Wu retires from diving 18 years after she first represented Australia. The stories tonight.
Nina might be in training.
Fit? Good girl.
But she can save Danny's life. The fight to keep them together. Join me.
School has started, but Ava is already trying to catch up. Don't let poverty stand in the way of her potential. Sponsor a child now to provide the essentials they need.
The 5-year road trip with an extra 2. Stick to your Toyota service schedule and we'll extend your engine and driveline warranty from 5 years to 7 with unlimited kilometres. Toyota.
When your internet gives you lemons, get Tangerine. Easy setup, short hold times, no confusion. It's just refreshingly simple internet.
To help ease cost of living pressures, from the 1st of January, there is a 1-year freeze on the maximum patient cost of PBS medicines and a 5-year freeze for concession card holders. Combined with 60-day prescriptions, the changes can help you save money and time because your family's health is important. Find out more at health.gov.au/cheaper medicines. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
The Total Tools Rutherford grand opening event starts this Thursday. We've got totally unbeatable deals on some of the biggest tool brands. Spend over $250 and get up to 20% of your purchase value back in free tools. You heard right. Spend $250, get $50. Spend $500, get $100. Spend $5,000, get $1,000. Plus giveaways, bonuses, demos, free food and drinks, and so much more. 366 New England Highway, Rutherford. Total Tools, totally sorted.
Your table today at the all-new Lakeside Village Tavern.
Harvey Norman Floors are the floors Aussie homes are built on. Family-friendly carpets from just $17 per square metre. Up to 20% off Neptune hybrid flooring. Versatile, durable and great designs.
Your next flooring project's covered at Harvey Norman. Go!
For over 25 years, Fluid Plumbing has been a trusted part of the Newcastle and Central Coast communities. Backed by an average of 4.8-star reviews from over 2,200 of your local neighbours. With our commitment to customer satisfaction and same-day service guarantee, we're always here when you need us most.
Outstanding service with integrity is our promise to you.
Give us a call today.
Hello, Natasha Beyersdorf with an NBN News update. 2 Sydney health workers stood down over an anti-Semitic rant. The pair allegedly caught bragging they would refuse to treat Israeli patients. Donald Trump's top trade advisor goes on the attack, claiming Australia is killing the US aluminium market. Sam Kerr cleared of racial harassment following a 7-day trial in London. And Speedway legend Todd Wilshere lends Rowan Tungate a hand before returning to Europe. The details at 6.
When news is happening, turn to today.
Matilda star Sam Kerr found not guilty.
For the latest in weather and a whole lot of fun.
For your stories, make sure you turn to Today.
Right now at IGA, spend $20, enter online, and you could win from $50,000 to $10,000 to spend in store. With a winner every 10 minutes, there'll be celebrations all across Australia. And to receive a bonus entry, just buy participating products like Connoisseur Gourmet Ice Cream selected varieties half price. And now get 50% off the Rexona range.
Hey.
IGA, you can't beat local.
Amart's Valentine's Day flash sale is on now. For a limited time only, save 14 to 50% off store-wide, including lounges, dining, bedroom furniture, mattresses and more. Hurry, this offer must end Sunday. Love your home with Amart.
It's days like these, rediscovering a new freedom, living in a luxury home, in a luxury world-class resort. This is my time at Palm Lake Resort.
Hard to reach stains? Try Harpic Fresh Power Tablets. Simply drop and go to help remove stains. Clean with a brush cartridge with new Harpic Fresh Power cleaning tablets. For easy toilet cleaning, try Harpic tablets today.
The BOGO sale is on now at Winston with a Y.
Buy one, get one, 50% off store-wide on blinds, curtains, crim-safe security, shutters and awnings.
Extended by demand, the BOGO sale ends February 28th.
Visit the 2025 Maitland Show. Rodeo, fireworks, Hot Wheels stunting, lots of animals and Sideshow Alley. Maitland Show, a real agricultural show. Great family value. Maitland Showground, February 14, 15 and 16. Tickets online.
Getting injured was tough, but the financial strain was worse. Beyersdorf secured the financial support I needed. It was simple. Just fill out the free case assessment form online. Don't wait. Contact Beyersdorf today for all the help that you need and deserve.
Every round, live and free.
Your home of free footy. 9 and 9 now.
It is such a daunting experience. It's real. Like, this is a forever choice.
Tonight.
Hi, Doctor.
Hello. Can this medical miracle worker?
The expression I heard was, Dr. Sachs can get a brick pregnant.
Challenge accepted. Bring their dreams to life.
I feel like I'm supposed to be mum.
The brand new season.
Got your results here.
Big miracles. Tonight after Married on 9.
Hungry Jack's Carolina range. Try Whopper with flame grilled beef, sizzling bacon, tangy Carolina sauce and crispy onions. Or Jack's Fried Chicken Carolina. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Dad, the dishwasher stinks.
Well, maybe it needs a clean.
Look at this.
Grease and limescale may build up inside your dishwasher. Try Finish Dishwasher Deep Cleaner to help remove hidden grease and limescale.
So simple.
Try Finish today.
Come inside the world of a Beaumont bathroom.
Stunning value with every tap, bath and shower, all up to 30% off in a huge catalogue sale.
It's time to choose Beaumonts and make this your world too.
Beaumonts.
You're my best friend. You're my best friend.
Have you got your $2 tickets yet? Win this $3.6 million Marta prize home package, including this Bribey Island home, this boat, Mercedes, Land Rover Discovery, and $500,000 in gold bullion. Hurry, buy your tickets now.
This is what pre-flight mornings look like around here. Doing the coffee run, not the M1. Finding yourself the perfect park. So go on, take your pick from over 250 flights a week from Newcastle Airport. Ah, that's the Newy way.
Feeling hot?
Call Tozer Air Conditioning.
They're a Newcastle Dakin super dealer, and they service all brands too.
Feeling hot?
Call Tozer Air Conditioning. We're not comfortable until you are.
In NBN News, a well-known hunter personality set to contest the next federal election. How will Donald Trump's tariffs affect Tomago's aluminium manufacturers? And Speedway legend Todd Wilshere lends Rowan Tungate a hand. That's next.
Nina might be in training. Fit? Big gal. But she can save Danny's life. The fight to keep them together. Join me.
Whether it's turning back the clock, keeping up with the grandkids, or celebrating big family moments, trust Hearing Australia to help you live the life you love. As Reader's Digest's most trusted hearing brand 4 years running, our expert audiologists will find the best quality hearing aid for your budget. And with free 15-minute hearing checks for adults, plus $0 fully subsidised hearing aids for eligible pensioners, why trust your hearing to anyone else?
Hearing Australia.
There's no more indulgent treat than Domino's new lava pots. Decadent handcrafted pots oozing with choc lava, dusted with icing sugar and drizzled with a creamy glaze. Swing by for a 2-pack at Domino's.
Could I do the Lucky Deluxe Ultra Wash, please?
Add some thrill to your wait with the thrill of a $40 million jackpot every 3 minutes. Keno Go. Download the app now.
Who can shop at Singo's? Mum's looking after the family budget, friends sharing great times, sporting and social clubs, even your favourite restaurants, a la carte chef. You'll find everything you need at Singo's, Broadmeadow, Erina, West Gosford, San Remo, Barowra and Long Jetty.
Harvey Norman floors are the floors Aussie homes are built on. Family-friendly carpets from just $17 per square metre. Up to 20% off Neptune hybrid flooring. Versatile, durable and great designs.
Your next flooring project's covered at Harvey Norman.
Go! Book now and fly free with Viking. Enjoy beer and wine with meals, included shore excursions, Wi-Fi, and expert guides who share behind-the-scenes insights with Viking's all-inclusive pricing. Experience more of the world on board our award-winning long ships. Simply unpack once and get closer to the iconic and the lesser-known.
Viking's Explorer sale is on now. For a limited time, enjoy free return flights when you book your next river voyage. See your Viking agent or visit Viking.com.
Tonight. Ryan's comments at the workshop made me feel really uncomfortable. One groom.
Has he told her about that comment? Does she know?
Is free-falling.
I'm going to go with I don't think Jackie knows.
Into a store.
The little disagreements are bound to happen.
What was one of the issues? Was it Ryan saying that...
You're not making any sense. You said it, and it was uncomfortable for me and everyone in that room.
Take your seat.
I will never settle for less.
For dinner. And the show.
I'm not done with you, little boy. I know better than to come at Moderna.
New Married. Tonight, 7:30 on 9.
This program brought to you by Hearing Australia. Why trust your hearing to anyone else? And Harvey Norman.
Tonight, 2 New South Wales nurses stood down over a sickening anti-Semitic exchange.
Tears in court as Sam Kerr is cleared of racially harassing a police officer.
Trade blow, the US accuses Australia of killing its aluminium market.
The federal government prepared to step in and take over regional airline Rex.
And intense pre-season. Will Michael Maguire's methods lead to a Broncos burnout?
This is NBN News with Gavin Morris and Natasha Beyersdorf.
Good evening. 2 nurses at Sydney's Bankstown Hospital have been told they'll never work in our health system again after a sickening anti-Semitic tirade.
The man and woman seen bragging about refusing to treat and even killing Israeli patients.
They claim it was a joke, but tonight the nurses in the hospital are being investigated by police.
Night shift at Bankstown Hospital. and 2 staff members are about to blow up their careers.
Are you a nurse, a doctor?
I'm a doctor, my man.
A doctor? For what?
In hospital.
That's Rashid Nadir's first mistake. He's actually a nurse.
Where are you from?
I'm from Israel, from the Holy Land.
You actually got a really, really beautiful eyes.
Thank you, man.
I'm so upset that you're Israeli. Like, eventually you're gonna get killed and you're gonna go to Jahannam, inshallah.
Then another nurse, Sarah Abdulebde, joins the chat.
It's Palestine's country, not your country, you piece of One day, your time will come and you will die the most...
Let's say an Israeli. God forbid.
I won't treat them, I'll kill them.
And she's not on her own.
You have no idea how many Israeli dog came to this hospital and I sent him to Jahannam. I literally sent him to Jahannam.
Jahannam in Arabic means hell.
One of the most vile, shocking and appalling videos I have ever seen.
The New South Wales Health Secretary just as gobsmacked.
Never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would be standing here with 2 staff of the New South Wales health system having said such horrendous things.
Police were called in, and even before they made it to the hospital, the 2 nurses had been stood down.
Those people subject to that investigation will not ever be working for New South Wales Health again.
And from the top this afternoon, orders to take action.
They should face the full force of the law.
Given the outrageous nature of the comments, the hospital will now have to investigate whether patients, particularly those from the Jewish community, were mistreated. After weeks of firebombings and public declarations of hate, this is considered by many a new low.
The fact that they chose to do this in uniform, the fact they chose to do this while they should have been caring for patients.
Damien Ryan, NBN News.
Sam Kerr's lengthy legal saga is over. The Matildas captain found not guilty of racially aggravated harassment. The Australian football star says she expressed herself poorly the night she called a police officer stupid and white, a jury finding she did not mean to cause insult or harm.
She's captained her country, won Women's Footballer of the Year multiple times, but this could be Sam Kerr's biggest victory yet.
Sam, anything to say to the fans?
The sporting icon facing a wall of cameras as she emerged from court, a jury finding the striker not guilty, declaring she did not intend to racially harass a police constable when she said this on a drunken night out.
Honestly, you guys are stupid and white.
After 6 days of evidence, it took a jury 4 hours and 17 minutes to reach their unanimous verdict. Sam Kerr emotionless in the court as the decision was read. When she left the dock, she said to the officer, "Hope to never see you again." Sam Kerr was silent as she left Kingston Crown Court, but in a statement said she wants to put the incident behind her and that she did not intend to insult or harm anyone. Well, the verdict is in, and for Sam Kerr, the legal side of this saga is over. As for the fallout, it's just beginning. The 30-minute police body-worn camera played in court and released publicly by Kerr's lawyer's own admission does not cover the soccer star in glory.
I'm not paying for some dodgy window.
After the verdict was read, the judge told Kerr's lawyer he is of the view her own behaviour contributed significantly to the bringing of this allegation. Her outburst a reaction to feeling terrified for her life in the back of a black cab, believing the driver was taking her and fiancée Christy Mewers hostage.
It's not professional and she should be punished, but I go by what the court says.
It could be deemed as racist, but I don't think that it's an insult.
I think there's racial connotations to it, but I think it's a much more complex issue than that.
One of Australia's greatest sporting products now trying to put the ugly off-field incident behind her and focus on what she does best.
Jessica Millward, NBN News.
And reporter Jessica Millward joins us now from Stamford Bridge. Jess, what's next for Sam Kerr?
Well, Sam Kerr is set to return from her ACL injury and rejoin her team here at Chelsea in the coming weeks. The club is yet to comment on the verdict, but Football Australia has, saying it supports Sam Kerr and they will reflect on the learnings of this with her. Away from football, it's going to be a very big year for the star striker. She and fiancé Christy Mewers are expecting a baby boy in May before they get married in December. Tash?
Jess, thank you. Regional airports have welcomed news the federal government may acquire Rex if a buyer can't be found for the embattled airline. But the coalition has opposed the move, saying taxpayers shouldn't have to prop it up.
The federal government first stepped in after Rex went into voluntary administration last year.
The collapse of Rex that we have seen endangers access of these regional communities throughout Australia to our capital cities.
Now, after an $80 million lifeline and acquiring $50 million of the airline's debt, it's gone further, announcing it'll sweeten the deal for any prospective buyers still on the fence.
My department will work with successful bidders on an incentives package from the Commonwealth Government.
And if that doesn't secure a new owner,
we will start the process, if that is needed, for the potential Commonwealth acquisition.
Port Macquarie and Coffs Harbour are two of the regional routes Rex still services in northern New South Wales, flying to and from Sydney daily. Coffs Airport welcoming today's news.
Provide a bit of confidence for people that are booking Rex flights.
Rex flights are currently still covered by a federal government guarantee, meaning customers will be refunded if their flight is cancelled and not rescheduled. But the opposition isn't convinced further government intervention is the right move.
We don't want the taxpayer to have to prop up what should be a commercially viable enterprise.
Providing essential services into regional communities is absolutely the business of government.
Newcastle Airport CEO, meanwhile, hopes securing the airline's future could mean reintroducing flights to the region.
We'd always welcome the opportunity to talk to them again.
Risa Utama, NBN News.
Fiery comments from Donald Trump's top trade advisor. He's accused Australia of killing America's aluminium market. It comes just 24 hours after the US president told our Prime Minister he would consider making Australia exempt from sweeping tariffs.
Trade advisor Peter Navarro, fresh from prison and on stage at the Republican National Convention last year.
She's my girl.
Tonight, it's Australian aluminium he wants to kiss goodbye.
Australia is just killing our aluminum market, and the President Trump says, no, we're not doing that anymore.
Mr. Navarro helped write the proclamation signed but not necessarily read by President Trump yesterday, calling out Australia and lumping our producers with tariffs.
They're being tariffed to defend the American people.
But these figures from the US Department of Commerce show Australia's aluminium exports fell last year to their lowest point since before Donald Trump became president the first time. The 82,000 metric tonnes exported last year places us 8th globally and is just a fraction of the 3.15 million tonnes from Canada, where tonight Justin Trudeau is threatening counter tariffs.
We will also be working with our international partners and friends, and if it comes to that, our response, of course, will be firm and clear.
If they just flood our markets.
Accusations rejected by Australia.
I haven't seen documentation of that. If there was an overreach of those quotas, it wasn't a malicious act. If it was a malicious act, it would have been taken to the WTO.
The proclamation signed yesterday by the President was printed before he spoke to the Prime Minister, giving hope, but not certainty, that Australian industry would be spared.
If there's an issue there, we can resolve it with new safeguards, but that may not be enough for the President this time.
Tonight, the Prime Minister content taking the President at his word.
When he said that an exemption for Australia is under great consideration, they're his words.
Charles Croucher, NBN News.
Meanwhile, industry groups in the Hunter are bracing for a potential local impact. Tomago's aluminium smelter is the largest in the country and supports more than 1,000 jobs.
Operating 24 hours a day and producing 590,000 tonnes every year, the Tomago aluminium smelter potentially under threat from an administration on the other side of the world.
I'm hopeful that if it is directly on Tomago, it's not going to impact the jobs and the production of the people out there, because it is such an important and significant industry here in the Hunter region.
Its main export zone isn't the United States, rather the Asia-Pacific region, but it's what's produced from there that could be impacted by Donald Trump's tariffs, according to Business Hunter.
If Tomago is supplying product to places in Southeast Asia that then make, for example, aluminium cars or whatever they are, that then are shipped to the United States, it's those products that might be impacted by other tariffs that are being put in place as a consequence.
As well as cars, aluminium is used in the production of planes, sporting equipment and more, and Tomago employs more than 1,000 people from across the Hunter and Central Coast to create it. Come March 12, if the 25% tariff does hit Australian products, the union fears jobs could be at risk.
We've got about 580 members at Tomago Aluminium. It is a very large employer in the Hunter region. And any decrease in their ability to sell their product obviously has a negative impact.
Tomago Aluminium declined NBN News's request for a comment, its media team telling us it's waiting for certainty around a potential exemption to these tariffs. We were referred to its majority owner Rio Tinto, who referred us back to Tomago.
It really is a difficult time for businesses that are in that international trade or involved with America because of the uncertainty that the processes that the Trump administration is now going through.
Jessica Warboys, NBN News.
Emergency crews continue to scour tough terrain at Mount George west of Taree today, searching for missing man Brennan Crossingham. The 51-year-old was last seen at his property at McCaffrey's flat last week, but is known to frequent the Wingham and Taree areas. The multi-agency search was ramped up for its third day, the SES deploying boats into nearby waterways.
Most of the agencies were there, VRA, ourselves, big police presence, of course.
Used Polair, police dogs, and now we've got VRA dogs as well helping. We hold concerns for his medical condition, and his family holds serious concerns for his welfare.
The search will resume tomorrow. Police say anyone with information about Brennan's whereabouts should contact Crime Stoppers.
A local mayor has upended the race for one of the Hunter's most marginal seats. Maitland's Philip Penfold exclusively revealing to NBN News he'll contest the poll for Patterson, entering what was expected to be a close battle between Labor and the Coalition.
He's been Maitland's mayor for just over 3 years, but Philip Penfold is now looking to take on a national role, federal member for Patterson.
I'm confident that I can do it. It can be done well. And I think I'm the man for the job. It's clear that the community is showing that interest. They're sick to death of Labor and Liberal. They want an alternative.
He'll contest the upcoming election as an independent and believes he could still carry out his mayoral duties too if successful.
This is more than possible. I see the two roles as complementary. For the people I already represent, they'll get a greater opportunity to have a greater say.
Something the incumbent member disputes.
If you want my job, you better be prepared to work really hard and you better be prepared to focus on federal politics.
Meryl Swanson today wasting no time promising a new urgent care clinic in Maitland if Labor retains the seat.
The best way for the people of Patterson to get the things that they want and quite frankly deserve is to elect a member in a sitting government.
Patterson has been hotly contested by Labor and the Coalition since the 1990s, but has never been held by an independent, let alone a current mayor. And this year there are plenty of eyes on the already marginal seat, with Kurri Kurri removed from the electorate and cost of living relief expected to be a sharp focus.
We cannot afford another 3 years of this weak and incompetent Labor government. We need to get Australia back on track, and Patterson absolutely needs to get back on track.
But despite the political divide, it seems two of the contenders have at least one thing in common.
I'm laser focused on delivering for the people of Patterson.
And I'm going to stay focused on that with laser-like precision.
Lauren Kemp, NBN News.
Dashcam footage has surfaced of a truck weaving across lanes in one of the Hunter's busiest thoroughfares. It shows the semi-trailer swerving in front of other motorists on John Renshaw Drive at Beyersdorf, then being all over the road at Taro, before seemingly exiting the New England Highway and swerving back on again. Fellow drivers keeping their distance as the big rig moves to the exit lane at Hexham before cutting across. The footage was captured last December. Police are now investigating.
Port Stephens councillors have voted to reach out to Ausgrid for a briefing about the widespread power outages experienced after the January 15 storm. The council says it wants to get to the bottom of whether the response could have been improved. Local businesses reported losing tens of thousands of dollars in trade and food as a result of the blackouts.
It's all about to get easier for Australians with a university debt to get a mortgage. National regulators have agreed to soften the rules on how banks look at HECS when considering a person's borrowing power. They'll be able to exclude the student loan if they believe the person can pay it off in the near term. Across the region, throughout this afternoon, we've seen showers and a few storm cells flare up. A weak little southerly fluttered in, capping temperatures mostly around the mid to high 20s. It was the same throughout the valley, not reaching 30 degrees for a change as the humidity levels remain high.
Still ahead in NBN News, Donald Trump again claims the US will control Gaza, this time while meeting an Arab leader.
And a kayaker finds himself being chased by a great white shark.
Seen us have always looked out for us.
Like when they got my unpaid super back.
So come retirement, I know I'm good. Siva Super, making hard work pay off.
Be quick and you can still secure last year's higher rebated price on the top-selling Sunboost 6.6 kilowatt premium solar system, locked to an incredible $32.91, extended to Feb 28 only.
Get your energy bills reduced. Call 1300 Sunboost.
Hey, mate.
Hey, traveller.
Sort of doing 100.
We'll see you when you get here, mate.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Oh, good. We need to go back. 60-ish.
It's around about 85.
Casual speeding is the biggest cause of deaths and serious injuries on New South Wales roads. Let's all stop being so casual about it.
Why do I like Tip Top the One?
It's like a soft cloud in my head that feels really fluffy.
It's high in fibre with protein, vitamins, minerals, so they can...
Once you see it everywhere. The Cupra Formentor. What you feel is called obsession. Cupra, inspiring from Barcelona.
I like it.
Everyone has a side, and with Macca's new McSmart meal, you can choose yours.
I like
Get a
it.
cheeseburger, small fries and soft drink, plus pick a side. Available every day for just $6.95. This is what pre-flight mornings look like around here. Doing the coffee run, not the M1. Finding yourself the perfect park. So go on, take your pick from over 250 flights a week from Newcastle Airport. Ah, that's the Newy way.
Visit the 2025 Maitland Show. Rodeo, fireworks, Hot Wheels stunt team, lots of animals, and Sideshow Alley. Maitland Show, a real agricultural show. Great family value. Maitland Showground, February 14, 15 and 16. Tickets online.
Oh yeah, it feels good to make progress. With Newcastle Permanent's great low rates and up to $3,000 cash back when you apply for your home loan online, we're here to help you move forward. And we're here for good.
When my dad died, I was left practically nothing. I was so hurt and confused. So I spoke to Beyersdorf. They've seen it all before. Beyersdorf sorted it out. Thanks, Beyersdorf.
Get it sorted. Call Beyersdorf Lawyers.
The long-running and disruptive train dispute in New South Wales has now become a two-speed one, with two unions taking different tacks. A splintering front as one half joins the government at the table for marathon negotiations to try to close a deal.
Preaching unity on the street.
The workers, united, will never be defeated.
But the combined rail unions are seemingly not so combined anymore.
Because that's not how unions are supposed to work. We're all in this together. Not negotiating on the sly, doing deals that do not benefit the rest of the unions.
The Electrical Trades Union criticising their rail, tram and bus union counterparts for stepping back from their industrial action today.
Well, we weren't privy to those conversations that they had directly with the government yesterday about their forms of action.
As they held firm on rolling work stoppages and a rally outside Parliament House. As their RTBU brothers went their own way inside, working on a deal with the Transport Minister.
People need a pay rise, and the offer that we've put on the table does deliver real wage growth in a way that is responsible and affordable from taxpayers.
Lost public support and the need for cash wearing down workers, pushing leaders back to the table. Whether or not commuters will be subject to disruptions from Friday hinges on how talks play out over the next 24 hours. I'm told they're close to a deal, but we've been here before and negotiations are fragile. Tomorrow it will be the nurses outside the gates of Macquarie Street holding an old school picket fence in their own time as they wait for a hearing in September. At State Parliament, Sophie Upcroft, NBN News.
Donald Trump has reaffirmed his plan for America to take over Gaza, saying the war-torn strip could be a diamond of the Middle East. The remarks were made in a meeting with the King of Jordan, who suggested the Arab world opposes the idea.
We're going to take it, we're going to hold it, we're going to cherish it, but I think it could be a diamond, it could be an absolute tremendous asset for the Middle East.
The US president laying claim on Gaza and Donald the developer laying out his plans.
And we'll have lots of good things built there, including hotels and office buildings and housing and other things. And we'll make that site into what it should be.
Inside the Oval Office, the leader of the free world declaring the war-torn area would be his, under US authority. It's a barely formed proposal and one which has angered the people of Gaza. Palestine is for Palestinians, this woman says. Leave us alone. And from this man, no one has the right to divide Palestine or Gaza.
This is an aircraft being built in the air, right? Yeah. It's sort of developing as it goes along.
In the first face-to-face meeting between Trump and an Arab leader, King Abdullah of Jordan barely got a word in, and when he did, it was delicate diplomacy.
How do we make this work in a way that is good for everybody? Obviously, we have to look at the best interests of the United States, of the people in the region, especially to my people of Jordan.
Jordan and Egypt would take in the people of Gaza under Trump's plan, with the threat of aid being withheld if the countries don't agree to US terms.
The Palestinians, or the people that live now in Gaza, will be living beautifully in another location.
But the threat of a return to war looms. The ceasefire deal hanging in the balance, with Hamas accusing Israel of breaking the terms and threatening to suspend the release of hostages. Netanyahu says the IDF will have boots on the ground if they don't, and he has the backing of Donald Trump.
There's going to be peace, and there's not going to be any problem, and nobody's going to question it.
In the United States, Lauren Tomasi, NBN News. He was out fishing on a kayak, but a short time later, he was the one being hunted. A New Zealand man has shared a nail-biting video of the moment he was chased down by a great white shark.
19-year-old Matt Wells in a secluded bay off New Zealand's North Island. He was fishing from his kayak when he sighted the fish of the day.
Great white shark.
3 metres long and then some. Matt hit fast forward.
I immediately thought that's not a fish. What's going on here?
Me, there's a huge great white behind me. I'm out of here.
It was crazy, to be honest. Bit of a shock to the system, but just sort of rolled with the punches and tried my best not to completely freak out.
He's still behind me.
Attempting to keep his cool, he paddled as calmly as he could back to shore, 4 kilometres away.
Please don't attack me, bro. How do I get him to leave me alone? All right, we'll throw this water bottle. He's turned on the water bottle. No, we didn't. When a great white gets to that size, its main food source is marine mammals, and I'm a marine mammal right now.
With the shark closing in, Matt started praying to the Maori god of the sea.
Whangaroa, if you can hear this, please keep me safe, keep me well, and keep that shark from me.
His prayers were answered. Matt made it to shore after the 8-minute-long encounter.
This is the risk that you take when you're going into a big animal's domain and you're stepping into their house. So you have to be respectful.
And a day later, he was back on the water, doing what he loves.
Well, there we go, a nice little kahawai live bait.
Mark Burrows, NBN News.
Another day of random storm development, mostly over northern New South Wales. Predominantly fine for Newcastle today as the upper level feature spirals around the Hunter until now. The dotted clouds, showers and storm cells forming over New South Wales. Cyclone Zelia is now headed for the Pilbara coast in the west. Storms flared again right across the northwest, particularly the northern ranges, and you can see the whole system rotating now thanks to the upper level coal pool. A shallow trough now is going to form along the coast, and showers are going to develop along the coast into southeast Queensland and across the northwest and northern ranges. More showers and possible storms yet again. High 20s for the majority of the coast with high humidity and low 30s inland.
Coming up next, the elite operation to catch the Medibank hackers. Andrew Probyn takes you inside Australia's secret spy bunker.
The moment a shopping trip turned into a medical emergency.
And in tonight's Your Story, meet the Central Coast man whose personal mission has become a national movement.
Hi.
Bring it on, let's talk.
We needed more room, like...
Yesterday.
We'd outgrown our home.
But we thought it'd be years away. We just didn't think we could afford to.
But our Aussie broker showed us what was possible and how we could make it happen sooner. The app helped too. Know what your home is worth.
Connect with your broker or find your dream match. Swipe right.
Not that app.
Working with our Aussie broker cost us...
nada. I've only got one bit of advice. Chat to Aussie.
They went the extra mile for us.
Book a chat with an Aussie broker today. An ordinary brush can leave more plaque behind, Lara. Well, plaque can lead you here paying for cavities.
So I switched to Oral-B IO and Paste. Its round head powered with micropulsations removes up to 100% more plaque. Don't let cavities make you pay.
Sorry, get inspired. How about that? How about that? How about that? This time.
You found a place of complete focus. You ordered your thoughts and mastered your mind. And all the while, you're on the train home. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen.
Introducing our next evolution in hybrid technology. This is MG Hybrid Plus, where efficiency and power come together as one. Rethink hybrid. We did.
Host Plus has won CanStar's Outstanding Value Award for the 7th year in a row. What does it take to win? Strong performance, competitive fees, and an array of product features. An award-winning super fund? That's a plus.
Tank World's up to 50% off clearance sale has been extended. Save up to 50% off our entire range of slimline tanks and Tank World pumps from 330 to 5,000 litres. All stock must go, must end February 17th. Think Tank World, 1-800 68 69 70.
I knew divorce would be tough, but I had no idea just how tough the property settlement would be. Bail Boshev sorted it, sorted my ex as well. Thanks, Bail Boshev.
Get it sorted. Call Bail Boshev Lawyers. For student devices, see the experts at Harvey Norman. Get back to school with this HP laptop, just $368. Get the latest Acer SwiftGo Copilot Plus PC, only $998. Or this versatile touchscreen Lenovo Flex 5 with stylus pen. Best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman now.
It was one of the biggest hacks in our history, impacting millions of Australians, and saw some of their most sensitive personal information stolen and put on the dark web. Tonight, stunning new details can be revealed about the men behind the Medibank private cyber attack and how Australia's spies tracked them down.
We're entering one of the most secure rooms in Australia. Okay, here we go. Cameras haven't been allowed in here before. It's the top secret ops room where Australia's cyber spies hunt for criminals.
So they're scanning the internet and they're looking for vulnerabilities.
And it's from this room that 5 dodgy Russians were caught red-handed, warehousing the most sensitive personal data of millions of Australians, pilfered from health insurer Medibank Private in one of Australia's biggest cyber heists. Georgina Fuller ran the Australian Signals Directorate investigation into the Medibank hack.
It's about unpicking the digital trail that they leave behind.
The Medibank data was stolen in August 2022 by Russian hacker Alexander Ermakov. ASD, discovering Ermakov, then transferred the data to computer servers in the Siberian town of Barnaul, operated by an obscure company called Z Servers. It offered anonymity, payment in cryptocurrency, and claimed to be bulletproof against law enforcement.
If they are bulletproof, ASD is their kryptonite.
ASD began poking into Z Server's business. Its customers were all criminals,
including money laundering, phishing, malware campaigns, all sorts of things.
If you've received a spam email or shonky text message in recent years, there's a fair chance it's come from this Siberian company. 30-year-old Alexander Bolshakov is Z Server's boss. He has 2 lieutenants, 2 others making up the team, including Bolshakov's younger brother, Dmitry, a gun-loving weightlifter. 5 of them making about, $2 million a year?
Millions of dollars a year.
Not hiding their lavish lifestyle either.
They're buying, new toys, boats, all sorts of things.
They are cocky and they think that they can't be touched, and that leads to mistakes.
They like to party, ASD choosing to strike when the 5 Russians were on a vodka-soaked night out in Siberia. Z Server systems were infiltrated, its data wiped, the Russians locked out. All 5 now subject of international sanctions, their cover blown.
These actors market themselves on the basis of being both anonymous and bulletproof, and they are neither.
For these 5 Russians, the time's up.
I reckon they know now, and I'm looking forward to their reaction.
Andrew Probyn, NBN News.
The former head of Spanish football says his kiss with national player Jenny Hermoso was consensual. Luis Rubiales is accused of sexual assault after the Women's World Cup win in 2023 and of trying to pressure her into declaring she agreed to the kiss. If convicted at trial, Rubiales could face 2.5 years in prison.
A woman has second-degree burns after her phone exploded in her pocket while she was shopping in the Brazilian city of Goiás. Her husband was able to remove the phone before taking off his shirt to put out the flames. Engineers have blamed a lithium-ion battery for the explosion. The Commonwealth Bank boss won't be drawn on next week's interest rate decision by the Reserve Bank and whether the CBA would pass it on in a rate cut in full. But Matt Common knows what it would mean to mortgage holders.
We understand and we can see all of the factors that are at play at the moment for next week. It's always harder the further you go out into the future, how important that rate cut, that rate change will be. And I'm sure you can reasonably anticipate what the change in the interest rates might be.
The bank today posted a half-year profit of $5.1 billion.
And not surprisingly, Australia's biggest bank was the focus on the share market today. Here's Money editor Effie Zahos.
The CBA juggernaut continues to roll on. That bumper $5 billion profit helped push it to another record high. The performance of Australia's biggest banks boosted the other banks too, pushing the ASX to its own closing high. 7 of the 11 sectors ended higher today. Suncorp's first half net profit doubled to $1.1 billion after it sold its banking operation to ANZ. while Computershare was the biggest gainer after upgrading its earnings and dividends. Car parts maker Emotive hit the skids after first half profit miss on lower than expected sales. And even the Aussie dollar showed some signs of life. It's back near 63 US cents at a 2-month high.
Researchers have raised concerns that weight loss drugs like Ozempic could lead to serious vision problems. A new study out of the US found 9 cases of patients losing their vision after using such medication. It says active ingredients in the drugs may be linked to conditions that disrupt blood flow to the optic nerve, causing inflammation and damage.
For almost 4 decades, the Disabled Surfers Association has been changing lives, one wave at a time.
In tonight's Your Story, we meet the founder, Central Coast local Gary Blaschke, whose personal mission has grown into a national movement.
For Gary Blaschke, surfing was always a part of his identity. Growing up, he spent every weekend in the water until he survived a traumatic motorbike accident at 34.
I lost a kneecap and had my foot split in half, and while I was in hospital, the specialist said, are you a surfer? And I said yes, and he turned around and said, well, you can forget about that from now on.
But that was never an option. In 1986, Gary entered himself in a surfing contest in Sydney, the moment the Disabled Surfers Association was born.
A guy who saw me down at Manly, he came up to me and said, what are you trying to do? And I said, I'm riding for the DSA team. And he said, who's that? And I said, you're looking at him.
What started as a one-man mission has since grown into 18 branches across Australia and New Zealand, all run by volunteers, with 73-year-old Gary still running the organisation he founded. Every year it hosts regular events offering people with a disability a fair chance to catch a wave.
So tell us why this is your favourite picture.
Well, the dynamics of the shot is what the disabled surfers are all about. The young boy, you can see the thrill on his face straight away. You can see the thrill on my face as well.
From quadriplegics to paraplegics, amputees and intellectual disabilities, Gary wanted to prove there are no limits to who can experience the thrill of the ocean. Thousands of lives have been changed. One of them is 25-year-old Christian Dorizak, who's been surfing with the DSA for 20 years.
The volunteers and the community area and the story chance I get to go in the water.
A lot of the people we take out have never surfed before, but if we weren't there, they're not going to have that opportunity for a surfing experience.
Now living in Lake Marmora, Gary established the Central Coast branch in 2005, which will celebrate its 20th anniversary next month.
20 years, yeah. The smiles you see, it's just so worth it. My theory is it's always in giving that you receive. You actually receive more than what you give.
The Central Coast branch now has hundreds of volunteers and participants, including 27-year-old Liam Merrinison. Living with autism, Liam both surfs and volunteers to share his joy with others.
It was great and fun. Like when the waves pushing, you have great balance. I feel the wind and waves.
We don't look at the disability. We understand the disability, but we don't look at the disability and say, oh, no, you can't.
Bianca Werrett, NBN News.
Wow, there's some incredible people in
Yeah,
there.
it's fantastic. What a great organisation. Yep.
All right, and the ocean is for everyone.
It is.
Let's move to sport now with Adam Murray.
Adam, are we seeing the last of a premiership hero?
Well, good evening, guys. Adam Reynolds is on track to play his 300th game this season, but how long does he have left? He tells us next. The Broncos skipper also has his say on Michael Maguire's brutal training regime, which some have suggested will burn players out. Plus, Australia's spin weapon against Sri Lanka reported for his bowling action. And 5-time Olympian Melissa Wu calls it a day.
Look at here, look at me down back. Should I act the boy down?
Doing the Sunday shop, Craig.
You know it.
Kia, movement that inspires. Refinance your home loan to Greater Bank and you could get up to $2,500 cash back. Switch today and start saving with a great low interest rate and up to $2,500 cash back. Call now or visit greater.com.au/cashback. It's days like these. Rediscovering a new freedom. Endless fun. Exploring with friends. Living in a luxury home. In a luxury world-class resort. Allowing myself to breathe. And finding myself again and again. This is my time at Palm Lake Resort.
With the Isuzu D-Max, life is reinvigorated. Whether it's for work or play, you can go your own way. Regardless of your road, the Isuzu D-Max has your back. Life is reinvigorated with the Isuzu D-Max.
Shorty get inspired. How about that? How about that? How about that this time?
And yes, we're on. The tent is in play. We know where it'll go. The throw is good, and that is a tent.
Being an outdoor legend feels pretty good. That BCF feeling is BCF fun. Hey!
At Aware Super, we love to perform. No, not like that. We offer strong long-term returns performance, like 8.9% per annum over 10 years, with super advice and super returns. Aware Super is super helpful.
The BOGO sale is on now at Winston with a Y.
Buy one, get one, 50% off store-wide on blinds, curtains, crim-safe security, shutters and awnings.
Extended by demand. The BOGO sale ends February 28th.
Go Harvey Norman and get 10% of your purchase price in Harvey Norman gift cards. That's right, spend $2.99 or more on selected cooking appliances and get 10% in gift cards. Create your dream kitchen now. Best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman.
Go! Ah, it's finally summertime. For a limited time, build a new Mojo home and get $65,000 off, plus the coolest free upgrades for your new home.
The Mojo Home Summer Sale, now on. T's and C's apply.
Tonight's code word is Henry. Visit nbnnews.com.au for your chance to win.
Michael Maguire's intense training methods have been given a tick of approval by Bronco skipper Adam Reynolds. Despite suggestions they'll burn players out, Reynolds says a brutal pre-season is the key to success when finals come around.
Brutal pre-season training in sweltering conditions. Michael Maguire developed an intense reputation at the Rabbitohs and Tigers, and it's no different at the Broncos.
You need a good, tough, hard pre-season to set yourself up for success, and you know, every team's out there to chase success, and it's those who are willing to go to different places to obviously try and achieve that.
But Reynolds denies it will lead to a player burnout at the back end of the season. He finds it funny people are even suggesting that.
You laugh at it. Every team's doing a hard pre-season. Doesn't mean every team's going to burn out.
The skipper is off contract at season's end, but reveals he's mentally and physically keen to play on beyond this year.
At the moment, I'm pretty keen to go around again. Obviously, time will tell. You've got to be wanted firstly. You know, you've got to be playing good football. You've got to still be doing your job at the highest quality. And, you know, if I'm doing all those things right and the body's feeling good, I don't see any reason, you know, to call it quits.
While Reynolds won't have his halves partner, Ezra Mam, alongside him for the first 9 weeks due to suspension, the captain has been helping Mam off the field, offering guidance and advice during their morning commute.
I pick him up every morning and drive him to training pretty much. So I spent a fair bit of time with him, and he's matured as a person. You know, he's regretful of his decisions, and I think he's going to come out of this a better person. And, you know, you never want to see them in dark places or whatnot, and you know, it's about trying to be a good role model and setting a good example for them. And if I can give some good advice, I'm more than happy to put my hand up.
Danica Mason, NBN News.
Australia has had a strong start to the one-day series in Sri Lanka. The tourists' new-look bowling attack tearing through the hosts with some help from captain Steve Smith, who took a spectacular one-handed catch off Matt Short. A short time ago, Sri Lanka was 8 for 159 in the 39th over. Australia's top wicket-taker from the Test series in Sri Lanka, Matt Kuhnemann, has been reported by officials for his bowling action. The left-arm spinner must now undergo mandatory testing by the International Cricket Council in the next 3 weeks to see if his action is legal. Cricket Australia says Kuhnemann's bowling style has never previously been questioned during his 8-year career. Melissa Wu inspired the nation by winning bronze in Beijing as a 16-year-old. Now 32, the only Australian diver to compete at 5 Olympics, is stepping away from the platform for good.
13-year-old would be proud not only of the journey but of all the people that have been part of that and that have impacted me and that I've also been able to positively impact too.
Wu won't be lost to the sport, still mentoring young divers in New South Wales. Next, a clash of the Titans turns thriller. 2 late goals leave Man City reeling in the Champions League.
No matter where you are, Bunnings Trade is here to help. Gemma gave us a call, so I did a quick quote for her over the phone and organised collection at her nearest store. It was simple, easy, and she was back to work straight away.
Trade Assist, if you call them up, they're going to save you time and money. It's great.
My best friend.
You could earn Medibank Live Better rewards points by stepping, fast stepping, guzzling, guffawing, and that thing. And you could redeem your Live Better rewards points to save on your premium. Live better with Medibank.
So they get inspired about that. This time.
With Light and Easy, you can lose weight, enjoy more free time and a healthier lifestyle simply by enjoying your choice of ready-to-eat delicious healthy meals that start from around $8.50 each. Light and Easy, it's good food made for your goals.
You haven't shopped around until you've tried Yui. What?
With car insurance, you got to try a few to find the best.
Like Auntie Kate finding a boyfriend?
Shop around. Try Yui. You insured.
Could I do the Lucky Deluxe Ultra Wash, please?
Add some thrill to your weight with the thrill of a $40 million jackpot every 3 minutes. Keno Go. Download the app now.
Why would you mix your small concrete batch by hand when you can call a concrete taxi? There's no minimum order, no waste and no disposal fees. You only pay for what you use. Concrete Taxi, the small batch concrete delivery solution.
Are you thinking al fresco and looking for something simple? Call HV Aluminium.
Are you looking for something stylish? Call HV Aluminium.
Or are looking for ideas to design something stunning?
If you're thinking al fresco, call or visit HV Aluminium New Lambton, 1800 801 572.
Go Harvey Norman and get 10% of your purchase price in Harvey Norman gift cards. That's right, spend $2.99 or more on selected cooking appliances and get 10% in gift cards. Create your dream kitchen now. Best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman.
Go!
This report brought to you by Cox Mowers. Cox, proudly engineered Aussie tough for over 70 years.
A chaotic start to the Champions League's new playoff stage. Manchester City led Real Madrid 2-1 in the 86th minute before the Spanish giants scored 2 late goals to steal a 3-2 win away from home. The second leg is in Madrid next week. Paris Saint-Germain will take a 3-0 lead into its next match, while Juventus defeated PSV Eindhoven 2-1. Football Australia has announced the new National Second Division will be known as the Australian Championship. The 16-team competition will feature 8 foundation clubs, including Apia Leichhardt, Marconi Stallions, Sydney Olympic, Sydney United and the Wollongong Wolves. The first season will kick off in October. Good signs for the Jets, with defender Alexander Shushnia back training as he recovers from a quad injury. Captain Costa Grozos, though, will continue to fill the void in the back line for the time being.
Still keep, playing the football we have been playing, the past couple of weeks and months. So you just put everything together, and once we, start finding the back of the net, it just shows that.
Phil Cancar is racing the clock to be fit for Saturday night's clash with the Reds. Former Jet Taylor Regan was considering retirement this year. Instead, the defender is staying in the NPL, with Charlestown backing up for his longtime coach, James Pascoe.
It's a partnership that goes back almost 2 decades, and Taylor Regan wasn't about to leave his mentor in his time of need.
I don't think it's any hidden. James Pascoe's wife was quite ill at the back end of last season, and that's an ongoing battle for Jimmy. He's also at Hunter Sports High where I work, and he coached me when I was at the Jets youth team.
So he signed on for another season as Azuri look to go one better after their 2024 campaign ended in the preliminary final.
Probably more. We do have a few exciting new signings. You got Hool,
year, and its former Jet star.
Guy owning a football academy with Roy O'Donovan. But let's just say when we play them, he might.
Recruitment drive after losing Kiwi Seth, but they have retained Golden Boot winner Ryan Foots.
We brought more Kiwis, so we sort of got a relationship with New Zealand there going now. And we brought a couple of players back, like Jose Atadi.
Bell Swans town kick off the season tomorrow night. Sophie Scanlon, NBN News.
Jason Doyle may be approaching 40, but Speedway legend Todd Wiltshire believes the veteran can add a second world title to his collection. Wiltshire making the comments while helping another Hunter star's quest to qualify for the series.
Few were as fast out of the gate as Todd Wiltshire.
A big part of our racing is we've only got 60 seconds a race, so the first 25 metres are pretty important.
Before he returns to the Speedway season in Europe, Rowan Tungate has been picking Wiltshire's brain in an effort to take his own career to the next level.
Rowan's a world-class rider. He's one of the fastest riders in the world. Any advice I can give him with starting and getting to that corner in front is what it's all about.
Tungate will look to qualify for the 2026 Speedway GP season later this year. As for Jason Doyle, he's hunting for a second world title.
He's such a fighter, Jason, such an aggressive rider that he has every chance of becoming world champion again. He has it in his DNA.
And in a big surprise, just over a week out from the start of the Australian Superbike Championship, Swansea's Tom Edwards will make his category debut with new team Motor School.
20 or 21 was the last time I did the Australian circuit, so to be doing a full championship with Motor School on a superbike is going to be really cool. I'm really looking forward to it.
He'll also continue to race in Europe, but has big plans on home soil, starting at Phillip Island.
Should be really good racing down there. We haven't had heaps of testing with the bike, so I think our number one goal is just to be, from the start of the weekend, on it and trying to develop the bike throughout the whole weekend, so by the time we finish up, we're set.
I think we can expect him to be up the front.
He seems pretty pumped. Yeah, ready for it. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Adam. Well, a few isolated showers throughout parts of the valley. Not bad on the coast, though. Details next.
They're every kid's dream, but who's liable when things go wrong?
They broke my elbow.
Dangerous e-bikes. A current affair next.
Right now at IGA, spend $20, enter online, and you could win from $50,000 to $10,000 to spend in store. With a winner every 10 minutes, there'll be celebrations all across Australia. And to receive a bonus entry, just buy participating products like Primo Shortcut Rindless Bacon, 750 gram, half price. And Cadbury Chocolate Block selected varieties, also half price. IGA, you can't beat local.
Well, that's a bit rude.
Or is it a thought-provoking existential question designed to make you really wonder in your heart of hearts if your money is doing enough for your future?
It's not, Susan.
It's okay. It says here Vanguard's investments and low-fee super could help your money grow.
These are tears of joy.
They can't ask that.
Looking at these scans,
Smoking causes 16 different types of cancer, and you have one clear way to reduce your risk. Rest makes it simple to manage my sleeper.
Wonder if meditation could be that simple.
Clean me, empty me, wash your ears.
Rest. Super simple.
All these bills piling up on my desk, they looking like a mouse. All these little kids running around, I can hear their stomachs growl. I got bills.
Paying with points feels like free with your Westpac Altitude Rewards card.
Summer doesn't have to end. Extend the season and your living space with Australian Outdoor Living. For a limited time, take up to 25% off outdoor blinds and enjoy your outdoors year-round. Only at Australian Outdoor Living.
What's your care factor? Because there's care that ticks a box. Then there's care that fulfills everything the word care actually means. Glengara Care. Your home with care.
Some things can come unexpected. But the experts at Novus Glass can help. Call us. Novus Glass, the experts in windscreen repair and replacement.
It's time to book your next celebration with us. See you at the Braddy. thebradford.com.au.
A help company would respond to the rise in extreme weather events by creating Help Nation, a nationwide initiative to help get communities prepared for them. So that's what we're doing. NRMA Insurance, a help company.
Well, much calmer today, although there is a little bit of isolated shower and storm development throughout parts of the Hunter this afternoon into this evening. The big wet, though, continues across northern New South Wales, all thanks to very consistent storm development each day at the moment, thanks to this little pool of cold air in the upper parts of the atmosphere, creating the instability. You can literally see it spiralling around there. So we were pretty much in the eye of the storm, in the eye of that pool. So most of the storms were to the north, but we've just had a couple flare up throughout parts of the valley. We've got Cyclone Zelia now that has formed, already shearing apart, probably build to Category 3 before crossing the Pilbara coast in the coming days. So quite a bit of cloud now linking up with that approaching system. It's very hot ahead of it, into the 40s today at Adelaide, and for Victoria it'll be hot tomorrow. For us though, again, those moisture laden onshore east-northeasterly winds and a little bit of shower activity, mostly happening across the northern New South Wales coast, but likely a little bit like today. We'll have a couple of isolated showers flare up. So it is going to be a little showery, very, very humid again in between Sydney and Brisbane. There's the heat for Melbourne, cooler for Adelaide. Back up in the west, little cooler for the Alice with that system moving through. The tropics are settling down a little bit as well, apart from that cyclone. Usually everything draws towards it in Western Australia. There's some of those storm cells that flared up, and you can literally see that rotation of that upper level feature yet again. We largely maxed out into the mid to high 20s right across the region, feeling warmer, particularly in the sunshine, with that never ending this season, all thanks to those winds, the trade winds. It seems it's almost like living on the windward side of an island at the moment, onshore just about every single day. You can see a slight chance of seeing some shower develop mostly throughout the upper Hunter, and again there may be some storm cells as we progress into the afternoon, into the heat of the day, because it is going to be hotter throughout tomorrow. So temperatures climbing towards the 30-degree mark right across the coast, and again it is going to be very mild, warm overnight, most locations remaining around that 20 mark, down to the teens, but then back into the low 30s, almost mid-30s for the upper Hunter. There is a little bit of swell, not much. The winds are really going to get up, stronger winds. It's been quite calm the last couple of days. Sun to rise 6:26, down at 7:47. High tide tomorrow at about 10 to 10, and a little more easterly swell expected to reach us tomorrow. We'll come through. Showers and thunderstorms backing off a little bit as we progress into the afternoon. The southerly comes through, dropping temperatures for Sunday. A couple of coastal showers, a little bit for the valley, but that system is going to trigger inland storms Friday into Saturday yet again. Let's go to the pictures and take a look. There's a swell beginning to come on through. Of course, it was wind effect. It was weak and lackluster in the morning, but in those northern pockets, starting to see some of that easterly swell, and we should see a little more, should continue overnight and again into tomorrow. So another stormy night for northern New South Wales, over the northern ranges particularly.
Okay, thank you, Gav. That is NBN News.
From all of the team.
Good night.
Good night.